Think like a scientist. Imagine you're conducting a science experiment to prove a certain theory. How would you conduct your tests? You might have said that you would conduct your test more than once to ensure a consistent and accurate result. You may have also suggested that the experiment is undertaken in a controlled environment. Perhaps you may have also said that you would keep an open mind and have an unbiased approach to interpreting the results. Now, imagine that the experiment disproved the theory you wanted to prove. Would you consider yourself a failure? In business, we talk a lot about failure, about learning from it, about embracing it, about expecting it. To some extent, the notion of failure has been romanticised beyond recognition. But is this true failure? When it comes to failure, it's key to remember that there are two very different interpretations that we frequently encounter. One is the kind of failure we tend not to talk about. This is absolute failure, the kind that impacts on others, including employees, customers, and ourselves. The other is perhaps not a true failure, but rather an experiment, something that was tested and was ultimately disproved as a workable solution. The extent to which you feel that you failed might rely on factors such as how much you invested in your testing, or how certain you were that it would work. But can you truly say that you failed if you learnt a valuable lesson along the way? It is not absolute, and we should not be afraid to fail in this way. Of course, take your testing seriously, but don't despair if it does not work out as planned. After all, we're just conducting an experiment. How do you approach failure? Feel free to share your thoughts below.